Hi friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about the difference between RAW versus JPEG. And it's a big debate because there are a lot of people suggest JPEG is the best format. There are some people suggest RAW is the best format. So how do you decide which format you should capture your images? So today I'm going to discuss that. So let's start. What do you mean by raw file? The raw file is nothing but digital negative. That's what I wish to say. And if you go back around 10 years back or 20 years back, the cameras are used film rolls, and those film rolls we used to call as negatives. After capturing the images, some set of data is stored in that particular film. The same way, in the digital raw file, when you capture the images, some set of data is captured and merged along with that, and that file is going to be very heavy because it has a lot of data. And when you manipulate those informations, you will get amazing photos. That is the basic concept of raw file. And these files having advantages and disadvantages. When you go for advantages, in my mind, the first comes colors, because this file can produce plenty of colors. When it comes to the 16-bit raw file, can produce up to 281 trillions of colors. And these colors help our photography lot. That is the first point. Coming to the second point, it is not compressed. As I mentioned before, while capturing, all the information is stored as it is. It is not compressed. Due to that, you can manipulate those informations at any point of time. That is the one advantage. Third point is dynamic range. The raw file having more dynamic range. As I mentioned, when you have 281 trillions of colors, definitely you can manipulate your images however you want. That is the third point. Coming to the fourth point, better sharpening potential. That means your image can be enhanced like anything compared to other formats, because all the information's in the raw file. Maybe I can just normal layman point of view, I can tell you that all these informations are in the layer. Only thing you need to enhance your layers. That is what I just want to tell you. And coming to the fifth point, this raw file can be converted into any kind of images, like kind of TIFF, JPEG and PNG. And when you export your image from high quality images, you will get maximum quality. That means you have very high quality inputs, from that you are creating the outputs. So because of that, you are getting high quality images. Coming to the last point, ownership. That means this image is captured by you because you have the raw file. So this is the advantage of raw file. When you have more advantages in the right side, the left side you have disadvantages. The first point is you really need to process your file, because when you capture image in raw file, the problem with all the file information, all the data information is not processed. It is just like cameras capturing the values and just saving. So because of that, the normal people cannot easily use. It has to be color corrected or processed. That is the first point. Coming to the second point, these files are very heavy. As I mentioned before, all the informations are saved in this file. So due to that, these files are very heavy and it is not easy to transfer. And these files are not standardized. That means these files cannot read in every devices. That means the Sony files cannot read it in Canon files cannot read it in Nikon. So all these files have its own behavior. Because of that, you need always a third-party software like kind of Adobe Lightroom, etc. So that is a one problem. Coming to the fourth point, as I mentioned before, sharing issues. Because of that's very heavy, it cannot share easily to your clients or whoever you want. Coming to the fifth point, you need more space. That means when you're going for photography and you're capturing the images in raw file, then you need more space in your memory card, because just imagine if you're going to capture 500 raw files, then what is the size is going to be. So that is the one problem in the raw file. Coming to the sixth point, camera slowdown. That means when you're capturing the images in raw file, the camera speed can come down because it's a very heavy files. When you're going for sports photography, what will happen when you're capturing the photos, it will take time to save in your memory card. Then there is one more option. You can increase the speed, writing speed and reading speed of your memory card. Still, camera can slow down the process. Now the latest camera can support around 20 FPS. But still, this is a one problem in the normal cameras. So this is the advantages and disadvantages of raw file. So what kind of people use raw file? So my point of view, the landscape photographer, fashion photographer or wedding photographer, because these especially fashion and wedding, they're going to print those photographs, so they really need to manipulate the sharpness and the color enhancement. So these kind of people definitely can go for raw file. So this is all about raw file. When it comes to JPEG, everything is changed, and JPEG stands for Joint Photographic Experts Group. So this group is created this format. The reason behind creating this format is when you want to share your files without losing much quality, then you can go for JPEG format. That is the main advantage of using JPEG format. So this JPEG file also having the advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of JPEG format, the first one is already processed. That means JPEG is fully processed from your camera device itself. So you don't need to do any color correction, or you don't want to do any processing, and that helps the normal people. And based on your camera settings, these images are created, so you don't want to do any processing over here. The second advantage is very small, and it can be easily shared to your clients via mail or any other platform. Coming to the third point, compatibility. It's really important. The reason is the JPEG can open and view in almost every devices. There is no compatibility issue in JPEG. Also, because of it's very small and it can upload your social media without losing much quality. That is a one really important thing. If you are capturing in the raw format, you really need to process or you need to reduce your size. But in the JPEG, you're not going to face that kind of issues. Coming to the fourth point, no camera slowdown. That means due to smaller size, the camera can write your files very easily without any delay. That is the one important point in the JPEG. Coming to the fifth point, less space. That means the normal JPEG file comes around 12 to 10 MB. Then you can imagine when you capture 500 images, how much space is required. All these things are the advantage of JPEG file. When it comes to disadvantages, the first one is it's already compressed. That means there are some amount of data is already lost in that file. So that is a one problem. Coming to the second point, it's 8-bit. That means due to that, you don't have much color information over there. That means only 16.8 millions of colors is available in normal 8-bit file. So due to that, when you have a darker shade or brighter information, you cannot control those informations easily. So that is the biggest problem over here. Third point is camera settings impact. That means camera is creating the images based on the camera's white balance and sharpen details. The images are created. So due to that, you cannot unsharpen your image or you cannot change the white balance later in your JPEG images. That is the one problem in the JPEG format. This is the advantage and disadvantage of JPEG image. So who will use JPEG format? The people who really don't want to spend much time on the system, and the people who doesn't have much knowledge in the Adobe Lightroom kind of softwares, and the people who really want to post your photos immediately into Facebook and Instagram. And those kind of people can easily use JPEG file. Also, the people who take the images for the personal, just for time pass, they can also use JPEG file. So my conclusion over here, the both files are really good, and people who doesn't know about like softwares like Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop, this set of people can use JPEG file because they don't want to do any kind of manipulation. They can directly take the files from the camera, they can upload it in the social media, or they can share easily to the third party. So this set of people can go for JPEG format. And the people who really want to spend time for the photos, for example, the people who really want to spend time on each and every photographs and do the color correction. So if you really have the high-end system and you are very good in the color correction, then definitely you can go for raw file. Even that can be any kind of photography, definitely you can go for raw file, and they'll get the really good output. And also the people who sending the file photographs to the clients, and all the people who just going to print the photographs, this set of people also can use raw file. So this is what basically conclusion from my side. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back with another amazing video for you. See you. Bye.